I got teased. I got called Shrek, a monkey. It was very, very awful growing up. I felt, I would even say I was suicidal. I would stay in the house. I didn't want to go outside. I felt like a monster. I didn't want people to look at me. I didn't look in the mirror. I would cry. It was pretty traumatic when I was younger. And then I kind of went through this weird transition because my height wasn't really an issue when I was younger because I was small, just like any other kid.
Yeah.
So maybe toward my middle school experience, then it was like, oh, I'm small. But I don't think I necessarily had so much of an issue being as small because if you know anything, when you get to like middle school or high school, short is cute, Yeah. And that kind of, believe it or not, it kind of helped my self-esteem because what happened is when I got older, everyone was like, oh, she's so cute, she's little, blah, blah, blah. And it kind of made me feel like, okay,
Yeah.
And it was kind of helpful. I think the crazy part, and I'm actually noticing this as I'm talking to you right now, I think I went through it was kind of like a roller coaster. Like 1 minute it was my physical attributes that bothered me. Then it was my height that bothered me. Then my long arms. I went through a long phase of my long arms bothering me. And I raised my hand. I also have broad shoulders. I remember there was this really popular guy in middle school. I was standing in the line at the vending machine and really loud. He was like, man, you must play football, man. Look at them broad shoulders, and the whole line starts cracking up.
Wow.
And I remember that very, very vividly. So there were different, and that's what ended up bothering me too. It's like, I remember just sitting in my room, like crying one day, and I said, I hate every inch of my body. I hate my eyes because my nose is flat. I have a too wide smile. I remember saying my hands are big. Everything. I remember picking everything out of my body and saying it's ugly.
That is so crazy because when I look at you, I'm like, oh my God, like you're so beautiful. I'm like, look at her. She's so cute. But I get that. Like when you're a kid, and what I experienced was, I just remember when I was 3 years old and I was in ballet class. And I had my little unitard on. And so I had a scoop neck so you could see my scar. And kids would come up to me and they're just like, hey, what happened? What's that? Some would try to touch it or whatnot. And at the end of the day, you just want to fit in, right? You just want to kind of blend in with the crowd, but there's no blending in when you have this scar or you are a different stature, your body looks different, you're not blending in. And so that was the thing that made me really self-aware, and I think that's the thing about it is that I was kind of okay when I was just with my mom and my dad and my grandma. At home, I was fine. But in the world, that was my first experience and it was just traumatizing. I had to quit. I quit dance class because of that,
Yeah.
So I can understand that. So
yeah, I spent a lot of time hiding it. I've got so many jackets. I still do that now. I hide my figure.
Yeah.
And I have to remind myself all the time, how, that I'm beautiful and that, my scars are a part of me and they're beautiful. It's always a constant battle.
Yeah.